If you've been wondering what to read in the news this week, you've come to the right place. My name is Maithili Sampathkumar, and I run the Export Quality newsletter over on Substack. And I talk a lot about South Asian Americans and Canadians and other reporting I think you might find interesting. Up first is this story by Kaylee Tournay for Investigate West about how Oregon had promised people giving birth better access to doulas and lactation care. But birth workers in those fields are saying they still can't get paid. And it's just another indication of US politics favoring people who are pro-life, but not pro-parent once they give birth. This is a great story by Saurabh Datar in the New York Times about comedians who are selling out shows across the country. And they're performing in Hindi. They're not performing in English. They're performing for diaspora audiences specifically. And it's just crazy how much the community has come out for them. If you're looking for a podcast to subscribe to, I highly recommend BBC's The Global Story, led by Asma Khalid. And this episode is no exception. She's talking about the social media ban that Australia has put on teenagers and whether it will actually work and what parents are thinking about it. Up next, I don't know if you guys saw it, but Time magazine named AI as the person of the year, or rather AI overlords like Meta and Sam Altman from OpenAI. It's a little bit dystopian, but I also find the political side of this very important to know about. And Jeet here writes about it for The Nation, about how Democrats are kind of ceding ground on the fight to regulate AI in Congress. And they're chasing the money and they're chasing other priorities and what that could do to us. This is a really important story to read and share, especially for South Asian Americans. So many people in our community think that we're not impacted by all the immigration and customs enforcement raids that are going on right now. But that's simply not true. One of the largest groups of undocumented immigrants comes from South Asia. But even legal immigrants are impacted by this. And Tanvi Misra does a great job of reporting about it for New York Magazine. This story is about how Bhutanese men were deported back to Bhutan. Only they're not welcome there either because they are of Nepali descent. And now they're essentially stateless. And it's because of this administration and the immigration policies and the fact that US immigration policy has not been reformed for a number of years. And let's end on a little bit of a positive note. This week, I'm also reading about Sonia Raman. She became the first Indian American head coach of the WNBA earlier this fall, and she's going to be leading the Seattle Storm. And I didn't know this, but she used to be a corporate lawyer, and she gave up her legal career to follow her passion in basketball. And it's just kind of a fascinating take on this, as so many of us who are like elder millennials, younger Gen X, are kind of going through this period in our careers and with this economy, trying to figure out what to do in this next chapter of our lives. That's all I have for this week, but if you have stories you want me to cover or you want me to dig into, send them down in the comments below. And go check out Export Quality on Substack.